Hello everyone, this is Claudia saying hello to you today from Health Foods by Claudia in Toledo, Ohio. And today I'm sitting here with dear Brenda Watson, my wonderful friend. I've known her over the years, going to trade shows, speaking with her. And I'm so grateful that she's here today with our team. She's going to be giving a class this evening to our community. She's been a wonderful pioneer, very important educator in the United States for many, many years in the importance of gut health and specifically probiotics and how important they are for all of us, for every part of us, including our brain. So, welcome.
Which is most important, Claudia, right? The brain. We got to keep that going.
Yes. So thank you, and thank you,
Claudia.
Here.
I'm happy to be here, and I really love and enjoy sharing and teaching still. On the new, keeping up with health is a job.
Yes.
Yes. And so the gut, of course, in my estimation, is the core of your being.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I was taught by many years ago by people we were just talking about, Bernard Jensen. And even back, I don't even know, that must have been
many years ago.
Yes. We don't want to talk about how long ago.
We were very fortunate to learn from him.
We were.
He, again, was another pioneer of very important information in this country.
And so gut health, most people think, that you have to have a gut symptom to have gut problems like gas and bloating or IBS or something like that. But what they don't realize is I call the gut your GPS.
Right.
Think of that, like the GPS in your car, your gut protection system.
Yes.
And the gut bacteria.
That's very good.
Thank you. Has a radar. Your bacteria, your probiotics, your good bacteria in your digestive system have a radar. And so they can sense anything foreign like a virus or pathogenic organism coming into your body.
Yes.
And it's very important, even if you don't have a gut problem, that you work on keeping your gut healthy because it's foundational health, Claudia, and you learned that too.
Yep.
You have to keep it healthy.
Yes, and it especially in this day and age, that's a challenge.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's fair to say many generations were not nursed properly, and that all important flora is meant to be passed through breast milk to the new generation.
Right.
So when those women back in the early 60s, whatever it was, were convinced not to nurse their babies, it really was devastating for human health.
It was.
Then you add in the American diet with all the sugar and the antibiotics and the synthetic estrogen, the petrotoxins, hydrogenation, whatever else the junk they're throwing in there. So I think this is a very important conversation, especially in this day and age.
It is, and many, like I said, many people don't realize that, when the National Institutes of Health started funding the Microbiome Project, we are now learning things about the gut and probiotics, but the gut and gut health that we didn't know before.
Right.
Yes. When you start throwing money at universities and they start, doing studies and clinicals, then we become much more aware of what's really going on inside of us. I mean, when we started many years ago, we didn't call it probiotics. We called it acidophilus.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything was acidophilus. However, you're right. It is the diet. It is that people aren't aware. I said something this morning that I think is important in that many people, when we used to, years ago, you never went into a health food store unless someone said to you, have you ever cleansed before?
Right.
And now people go, no, I haven't cleansed before. I think, and I said this morning, I think because they can't see toxins,
right,
they don't realize that they're all in us.
But they're all feeling them.
Yeah.
They're feeling them, but there's just so many hundreds of different symptoms.
I know.
That
Yeah.
they don't know how to connect.
Right.
So we teach people, as I think most people that are doing a good work, like you and many of us in this industry, teaching people you got to connect the dots.
Right.
And it all starts here.
But
I just want to say something to your point, because I always laugh. I tell customers, us weirdos in health food stores, we've been saying for many, many years, clean up your diet, you'll feel better and you'll think better.
Yeah, right.
And after all these years, they have found the receptor sites of how the gut communicates
to the brain.
Yeah. So I have to laugh because simple good sense really, I believe, needs to lead a lot of these conversations. Research is wonderful. They do a great job. But when it comes down to human health, this is just simple good sense.
Yes. And also, it's interesting because your store and stores like Claudia's store across our country are the core of information that
Thank
has
you.
been collected
Yes.
over decades
Yes.
in natural health. Like we see so many things today, people going online and Amazon and you know, and you counsel people, I counsel people, and they're like,
Yes.
where did you get that? Well, it's online. I'm like, that is absolutely not true. So the point of it is there are still institutions like Claudia's store that we have to support as individuals, because they come in here, they get advice, and then they go out and they get online or they go to Amazon. It's very important that we continue to support the independent health food store
Yes.
retailer in this country, because they're the ones that started this. And if you go into any of them today, you're going to find people who are educated.
That have the experience
Yeah.
and the knowledge. And I'm grateful. We have a very strong support system in this community, which we thank goodness every day for. But it is true that many people just think being healthy is reading something on the internet.
Right.
And then, and thank you for reminding people to support the independents that
Yeah.
really have the knowledge and the experience. But I also want to remind everyone, please support the companies that have not only wonderful experience and knowledge, but the integrity of doing things properly. And that's
Right.
Brenda. That's who she's always been. Her new company, Vital Flora, great line of probiotics, which we're going to talk about. So this idea of this partnership, where
Right.
the knowledge, the experience, the heart and soul is
Mhm.
so important.
Mm-hmm.
Because as we said, it's not just about buying stuff off the internet. It's about having a game plan, embracing the philosophy, really honoring our body and our health.
Yeah.
And that's what you've taught
Yeah.
people to do all these years.
Absolutely. And I really am a great advocate for eating healthy. And I think that's one of the things you learn at the health
Yes.
food stores is, you know, everybody's got their own perception of what healthy is.
Right.
But I think when you come in a health food store and you see the organic vegetables and you look, I mean, if you look on the shelf out here of Claudia's, you're not going to see the same things that you see in other mass market stores. Even in the supplement areas,
Right.
they're going to be different, because a lot of the companies that are supporting the natural independent health food stores, they're doing it and they have quality products and they have ethics and they have integrity in the product.
Yes.
And you can feel it really energetically when you hold a product.
Yes.
So looking at, you know, the probiotic kind of category that we're going to talk about, probiotics are, I call them bugs, but they're not bugs.
They're the good bugs.
They're good bugs.
They're the
good
good
guys.
guys.
Yeah, they're the good guys.
Right.
And so these probiotics get inside of us, and because, like we were talking earlier, we're exposed to so many different things that we aren't even aware of.
Right.
And then the age process, I would love to say, hey, everything stays the same as you age. It does not.
It does not.
No, it doesn't. So we have to reinforce what we put inside of us with good food, and we also have to reinforce what we put inside of us to replace the things that are deficient. And
Yes.
one of those is that really gets destroyed is the probiotic inside of us.
Yes.
You know, I look at it like this is a rainforest in here. And if you took the canopy off the trees of a rainforest, the rainforest down, the ferns, the ground, everything would change.
Right.
Well, when you whack off that good bacteria with antibiotics and like the whole list of things you gave,
Yes.
and sugar and all the things that we put in there, your immune system is compromised. I don't care who you are.
Right.
It is compromised. So
Yes.
we want to have quality supplements that give you enough bacteria. And you know, one of the things I really love is the visual that I use about the amount of probiotics that we carry around, or bacteria we carry around in our gut,
Yeah.
is the weight of a brick. Think about that.
Yeah.
The weight of a brick. It's really an organ, and I call probiotics the multivitamin for the gut. And now we're looking at probiotics. We always look at potency.
Yes.
You know, that's how many probiotics are in a capsule as far as what they call colony forming units. But now the new thing is we have diversity of strains.
Yes.
So in the new ones, we have
Yes.
60 strains. You know, I think if there's a buzzword for the this decade, it's diversity.
Yeah.
You're right? And everything.
Exactly.
We hear it on TV every day.
Yeah.
So what we're showing people now is, okay, we know potency is important,
Yeah.
but now we got to have more strains. Because why? Because we're losing the important. Because if you have the size of a brick in here, you want most of that brick to be the good guys, right? And then we have strain diversity. Because what they found, Claudia, is that generationally and geographically, we're losing these strains of
Yes.
lactobacillus and acidophilus and bifidobacteria. They're going away.
Yeah.
They're not coming back. So now the new science is supporting diversity, people who have more of a diverse universe inside that rainforest, I
Right.
call it, they're going to be the healthier people.
Yes.
Because probiotics do much more than just GI health.
Yes, absolutely. And it's funny, going way back, I mean, going back 40 some years ago, we knew of acidophilus was in the small bowel,
Right.
bifido was in the large, and there were maybe a couple strains back then identified, but those were the two main ones. Now, research has identified all these amazing strains.
know.
And your new line has so many beautiful strains in it.
Yes.
And I love that it's in a delayed release.
Yes.
So let's talk about that for a moment, because lots of people are out there buying, God only knows what company they're buying. It may not be good quality. It might say it's X amount of potency on the bottle, but they don't know what's in the capsule.
Yeah.
So with your product, you've got 60 different strains. And so talk about the strains for a moment, because research has identified all those strains are inhabiting
Mm-hmm.
different areas of the body, correct?
Sure. Mm-hmm.
And then with a higher count and the delayed release, it's a beautiful way of really ensuring that those strains can travel through that digestive system
Right.
and get to where they're going. So
Right, yeah.
can you talk about
So
that?
things to look for in the 60 strains. When you look at a label, this is one thing. Please, if you do anything, learn to read a label. Really. The 60 strains are identified here on the side. 60 different strains of Lactobacillus acidophilus and bifidobacteria. Like Claudia said, Lactobacillus is small bowel. Bifido is large bowel.
Yeah.
Okay, so we identify them. You can read every single one of them on the label. The other thing she talked about was the delayed release capsule. If you go to a product that does not have a delayed release capsule, the thing that kills most bacteria if you purchase a probiotic is stomach acid. So stomach acid kills most of it and you don't get the benefit of it. So we use a delayed release capsule. Also, this is very important in reading a label. We guarantee this potency until expiration of product.
Yeah, very
That's
important.
2 years.
Yes.
And you know why? Because we have to put more than 60 million in it. We've been doing this for 20 years. So we know what we're doing with the probiotics. So learn to read the label. A potency to expiration of product. Delayed release capsule.
Yeah. Very
Diversity is key.
important. Yes.
Yeah, so
Yes.
that's what we have in the new one. And we also add 7 prebiotics in each capsule. A prebiotic is the food for a probiotic.
Right.
So a probiotic eats a prebiotic and multiplies. And that's the way it works.
And the prebiotics are interesting. It really took me time to really understand prebiotics, because when they first started coming out, I'm thinking, oh, just another product to sell.
Yeah.
But the more I understood them, they're the food fiber.
The food fiber.
It's the fiber.
Yeah.
And of course, what is the American diet so stripped of?
Fiber. I
Fiber.
can tell you that.
So it just makes sense as the refinement of food with all the chemical additives. I always say all the yucky stuff.
Yeah.
It's no wonder that the good guys are going this way and everybody's bad guys are going this way.
Right.
And
right.
when the bad guys are running the joint,
Yeah.
then we have what's happening in the United States.
Exactly.
With so many millions of sick people feeling all kinds of bloat and gas and aches and pains and depression and anxiety and all these things, which, you know, this is a whole nother another conversation we'll get
Right.
into sometime. But it's very interesting to me that research has found that GABA, which is so important for the brain to be calm, and serotonin, which is important to make us feel up, it's the probiotics
These
that
make that.
that makes it. So if the good guys are down here and the bad guys are up there, you're going to have a mess.
Right. So we are really excited about this new product from Vital Planet, Vital Flora. And we're so excited Claudia has decided to carry it too. And
Yeah,
we've
we're
been
very
here
proud
all
to carry
day
it
and
as well.
had a great time at educating on it. And you will not find a potent product like this anywhere else but in the natural health food stores.
Yes, and we really appreciate that you're supporting what we do, and I honor you very much. You've been a true visionary. Listen, the things that people are finding out now through research, as I said, lots of people have been saying it just because it was a simple good sense thing, right? So, moral of the story is eat quality food, really care about what you put in your body, and take your probiotics every single day of your life. They're wonderful, they're important, and you're going to feel like a new person doing it.
Yes, because if you take care of your gut will take care of you.
That's right. So, many blessings to you. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
And many blessings to all of you as well. Thank you. Oh, and please remember to subscribe to our channel. Thank you.